Hello, hello, beautiful family. Welcome, 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 and thank you so much again for today. The greatest thing that I can ever offer to everyone here, each and every one of you, for being present here, for loving and being determined to continue to do what we are doing here, to invest in our children and young people, particularly young women, is a thank you. It's a thank you because if I say I'm going to pay you, I would never be able to pay for what you guys are doing here. So I say thank you to each and every one of you. Um, let's continue. Let us be determined and let us be focused because we all know that when you focus on transforming the lives of others, beginning with yourself and your home, you are sowing a seed in a child that will blossom for generations to come, beginning today, right now, not postponing. And so I thank you guys so much for everything that you're doing. And you guys, I would say you are investing in me. You are investing in me because your presence here really inspires me and encourage me to continue what we are doing here. And I want to thank you, my beautiful big sister here, for what you're doing on stage and off stage, and really doing a lot of research that is having a great impact on OGM, One Global Movement, and our children. So thank you so much. And thanks
Thank
to
you.
all the audience. I see Queen Nancy is in the audience. Queen Nancy, we are waiting for you to appear here on stage again whenever you can. But thank you guys so much. Let us continue. And so that we can disperse and prepare to enjoy our weekend before the cold actually comes, especially in our area here in North
Yes,
America.
yes.
And so that I can also rush out to do other things before the call comes. So we are in One Global Movement Revolution, part 368. OGM Harvest Season Series 2, One Global Movement Harvest Season Series 2. And the theme is harvesting knowledge, harvesting hope. Harvesting knowledge, harvesting hope. These two things put together because they must go together. You are harvesting knowledge, but you at the same time, you're also harvesting hope. And so now the focus here is on education and gardening, or education and agriculture as twin pillars of empowering children. They are twin pillars of empowerment. One cannot do without the other. Just like we are here, we cannot help young people and children without also focusing on the parents, particularly the young women, the young parents here. So that is very important. And what is the message? What do we want to pass on? We want to pass on a very important message that a harvest of crops fills our stomach physically. It fills our stomach. But a harvest of wisdom fills the future. But we have to fill our stomach. When you're feeling it physically, have it in your mind that you're also feeling that hope and wisdom for the future. You're not just eating food. When you think about it, what kind of food are you eating? Why are you eating it? What is it going to do to your body? That's what you question before you eat. Don't just eat, because you're not just eating for now. You're not just feeding children for now. You're feeding them for the future. Because when you feed them healthy food that are void of chemicals, then you are feeding children for a future, a better future, not just for them and for all of us. So it's so important. And what action do we want to see here? We want an action tie in. We want to pair reading programs with gardening activities for women and youth. And if you remember, sister, I have this vision since from childhood that I want a school setting, a learning environment where it's a garden, a huge land with a garden, with reading tables, with computers, with a dining corner. That is, the table is made of bamboo or cane, natural materials, or just cut a tree and make it in a nice way. There's no need to go with all of those things. So I want to be able to see children studying right there in that garden because they are sipping in the knowledge of building prosperity by looking at the trees, planting a tree, planting, it doesn't matter what kind of tree. That's why we say variety. It doesn't have to be a particular tree, but you're planting something, you're sowing a seed for the future. So we want this action, reading programs paired with gardening activities for women and our young people. And it's possible because we are doing that now, but we need to do it even better, especially with when we put our knowledge together and with the world of technology, we can do even better. So, harvesting knowledge is harvesting hope. So, harvest is more than, like we say, the gathering of fruits, gathering of plums from the tree, or the apples, or the potato plant, or the spinach, or the arrow, or water fufu. I call it in my dialect. We call it, or grains and vegetable. It is a sacred season. Sacred, SACRED. Take it sacred. Great things will begin to happen to you. It's a sacred season of reflection, a sacred season of reward and a sacred season of renewal. For us here in One Global Movement, OGM, harvest is not only about what is reaped from the soil, but also what is cultivated in the hearts and minds of humanity. You don't just think about, oh, let me go grab this potato. Let me just do it. But you're grabbing it. Did you think about the child that is going hungry? Did you think about, did you really stretch your mind's eye across the ocean, or across states, or across the road from you to see if the other person or the other neighbor is doing well? This is the moment when knowledge becomes food for the spirit. Your knowledge now becomes food for the spirit, not just knowledge, not just, oh, I know this. Yes, I have my money. Yes, I can buy. But you use it with your heart to meditate, to pray, to say, Lord, I know that as I am eating right now, there are millions of children going hungry. There are millions that doesn't even know where the next meal is going to come. There are millions of children who don't even know how to cultivate or to plant something. Take it from me in spirit and let me share this with others. You start from there with your mind and your heart, and then now it begins to manifest physically. And so it is for the spirit, and hope becomes nourishment for your soul. When you have that hope, never let your hope die down. When you're hopeful, the other things that you're worried about, they begin to fall apart, because you know that your future will be better than today, because God says so. But we have to work it out. We don't just sit and pray. If somebody like, I say it with my experience in Cameroon, where there are some preachers that will say, pray, 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 and they drain you of your resources. Prayers, the scripture says, without work is dead. We know that. You got to work. And working is exercise for you. If you look at me, I lost a lot of weight. Every planting season, I love it because it's my time to exercise. So you got to work. That work, it's education for you. It's helping you in a lot of ways, and you work according to how you can handle. Don't just do it because you want to work like another person. You have your field of expertise. You have your gift that God has given you, and you can excel in that area. That is working through the spirit. You can be a gardener. A gardener doesn't just mean planting fruit. You're gardening, you're sowing a seed in the field of maybe professional editing, like our sister here, or maybe in nursing, catering, taking care of patients like Nancy. And a lot of us here, we have been gifted. So as the word of God declares in Galatians 6:9, I'm not a preacher. I keep just telling you guys, but this is how I grew up. I don't know any other way. In Galatians 6:9, let us not become weary in doing good. Let us not become weary. Weary means don't be tired. Don't complain. Don't. Let me send our beautiful sister in here. Welcome, Sister Melanie. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us. Okay, so it doesn't just mean it means a lot of things, or it means unforgiveness, or it means complaining, blaming people, pointing fingers. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time, remember, proper, not your time, at the proper time we will reap a harvest, or a harvest if we do not give up. And remember that giving the scripture emphasizes this here a lot, because when I know sometimes I'm patient, but I'm learning every day not to be impatient. Sometimes I become very impatient with things, but I have learned, because when you become impatient, you ruin things even further. But when you become patient and you put your mind and your heart and your hands together and you say, lead, guide, and protect me, Lord, and usher me into your own greatness so that I can find a way out of it. A lot of time the answers are there, because your mind is engulfed in trying to do the truth, to do things to uplift humanity. A solution always comes. So this scripture perfectly embodies One Global Movement's relentless commitment to empowering children, women, and young people to rise above hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and oppression. And oppression sometimes comes from our own thoughts, not just somebody oppressing us. It comes from our own thoughts first, and because sometimes our parents, you know, they did the best that they can, but sometimes they don't know how to do certain things. And I am a parent too. And sometimes it's because of the chatter that when you wake up from bed, you know, you turn on your phone without even putting yourself together to meditate. You go and check your phone and you start scrolling up and down, just scrolling here and scrolling there. You're not getting anything without committing yourself into the hands of the one that created you. We need to, regardless of whether you're late to somewhere, you must. It does not take hours to do that. But train yourself not to do it in hurry. So every act of kindness, every lesson taught, and every opportunity shared is a seed planted toward a brighter tomorrow. It is. And that's why we say, let us do things well. Do it in the spirit. Do it with all our heart. Do empty out yourself so that even if you were to God called you today to join the heavenly choir, you will be singing Kumbaya and be happy that you're going, because you know what you have done. You know, me, I will be happy, not because I'm doing the best or I know what to do all the time. No, but I'm making the effort all the time to do it. And if I was to go today, which I don't think so, because I still have a lot to do, then I will be happy. But I'm happy to still stay because I want to be able to empty out myself into the world, into children and young women. So without education, the soil of potential remains barren. You can't feed a child all the time, providing without really teaching that child how did you prepare that meal? How did you sort out the laundry into the separate colors so that it doesn't ruin the other color, don't ruin the other color? How did you earn a paycheck? We want to be able, in doing that, we erase the spirit of dependency and hand me down things, or I'm broke or I'm helped. No, don't say you're broke. I'm not broke. I'm focused on doing this project. That's where the resources go. So that's what we are talking. Without education, the soil of potential remains barren. And One Global Movement sees knowledge as more than information. It's not just information, it is empowerment, it is creativity, and it is freedom. And remember what President Nelson Mandela said: education is the most powerful weapon that we all can use to change the world. And the world here, we are focusing on the young, the youth, the children. And Malcolm X says, education is a passport. Imagine a passport into the future. And the future belongs to those who prepare for it today, right at this moment. Don't wait for, oh, my daddy didn't do this, oh, my mom didn't do this. If you're 18 and above, and especially us parents, you can never be blaming people. You blame yourself. Anybody that you see blaming this person, I could have been blaming my father for all my life. And of course, I was very angry with what I went through. Yes. But I was nurtured and loved never to take that as an opportunity to step on top of the dirt and rise up higher. So that is very important. So one global movement says to harvest knowledge is to break the circle of ignorance, to water the roots of wisdom, and to light the path towards generational prosperity. And so in communities where children lack access to schools and young women are denied the right to education, like I was, OGM steps in as a power of change by investing in literacy, just buying books or creating spaces to read. You know, when you read, children are happy. And writing books that really are portrayed or pertain to children's psychological way of thinking, age appropriate. The child will be smiling with that very beautiful, colorful picture. That's when the child starts, smiling, and then before you know, they start smiling every time they run to that book, every time they go to that book. So one global movement steps in as a power of change by investing in literacy, mentorship programs, and life skills. We ensure that the seeds of knowledge take root deeply, producing a harvest of leaders, innovators, CEOs, engineers, stylists, and donors and visionaries. And we all here are visionaries because we are living a life of leadership and purpose as created. And so we have to take advantage, as it is written in Proverbs 24:14. Know also that wisdom is like honey for you. Wisdom is like honey. If you find it, there is a future hope for you. And your hope will not be cut off. So knowledge is the sweetest harvest that sustains people. Get knowledge. If anything, the scripture says, if anything, get this one thing: knowledge, wisdom. Get it. And that will help you. Don't fight to just get money. Get wisdom. So knowledge is the sweetest harvest that sustains all of us here, carrying the promise of a fruitful future. And therefore, we are being called, ordained, and commissioned to impart this knowledge to our young ones, be they biological or non-biological children. And doing so, fighting with one another, but with understanding that we fight, but we move on. And because fighting is part of it, because you have your way, I have my way, my two sisters here, they have their way, but the focal point is, what are we doing with the knowledge that God has given us? And so in times of war, think about that. In times of famine, hunger, and injustice, one global movement declares hope as the greatest harvest of all, hope as the greatest weapon. Hope that comes with dignity, with love, and with the mind and the heart and the mouth that says, I am going to meet this child where they are, where they've been, and take them gradually, according to how they can understand to where they want to be, without saying, but I taught you this thing yesterday. But I've been teaching you this how many times. When you say that you sap their spirit, they will not. They don't trust you because you're laughing at them. So hope is, according to one global movement, hope is the invisible harvest that grows even in barren fields. Have you seen the African baobab? That is hope. It grows in the desert. You don't need to turn it or anything, but it's there. It grows in the desert. And it supplies a lot of things to help humans, whether it is medicine, whether it is a shade, whether it is water, whether it is preventing wind erosion in the desert, it is there. So where one global movement plants seeds of hope, despair is uprooted. Yes, and new possibilities flourish. That's why we say Help children to anchor themselves. Say, come here. We want to hear from them. We want them to know that this stage is for them. Help you. It's you and I who can bring our children here. We have brought some children ambassador, but others are really eager to come, but because of the internet difficulties, they cannot. So through programs that feed the hungry, advocate for the voiceless, and empower the vulnerable, One Global Movement turns dry fields into fertile ground. We believe always here, and our sisters, they say it all the time, we believe that every child deserves to taste hope. Every woman, young woman, deserves to reap dignity, and every young person, regardless of a boy or a girl, they deserve to reap dignity. And every community deserves to harvest peace. Peace. But the peace starts with us. If you have a peaceful mind, it's not everything that you have to talk. The most important solution to most of the problems we face is just maintaining your calm without replying, saying words to everything. Because when you say that, you yourself, you're destroying your own peace. But action, action, and action in peace. Because a lot of the garbage that we respond to, we're not supposed to, because we just want our ego to say, oh, you must hear me too. Oh, because I know better than you. I have learned myself, before you say something, I will jump at you. But I've learned, sometimes people say, oh, she's ignoring. They will tell you, you're ignoring me. Oh, you don't think I'm important. You're not respecting me. Don't listen to that. You want your peace. When you have that peace, things move. So as Jesus reminds us in John 4:35, open your eyes. Open your your mind's eye, not the physical eyes. Open your eyes and look at the fields, because you already have your field is your inner self, your soul, your heart. Look within yourself. They are ripe for harvest. Indeed, the world's needs are great. Yes, but the harvest of hope is always ready for those who are willing to sow with love, with respect, with action, and with faith. So, One Global Movement envisions a world where harvest is not limited to crops, but extends to love, dignity, justice, and opportunity. Our mission is to plant seeds that grow into a self-reliance, prosperity, and unity across nations, beginning with us and our homes. And so harvest is not the end of a season. It is the beginning of transformation. With every harvest, we here in One Global Movement are restoring humanity's right to thrive, especially the way that God created us. And we are the ones to bring out that spark in our children. Instead of, if you don't teach the child, they will not know. Those gifts will stay dormant in them. But we have to do it for ourselves first. And so I would like to give a reflection here. The harvest belongs not just to the farmer, not just to me, Mundih, right? Not just to Sister Yvonne Finn or to our sister Melanie. No, it belongs to the community, but to families, to communities, to villages, and the future generations. So One Global Movement invites each and every one, invite the whole world to join hands. Let us come together in this sacred season of sowing and reaping. For when we harvest knowledge, we harvest the tools to build. And when we harvest hope, we reap the power to heal. And I'm going to let our sisters, because I'm anxious to hear what they're going to say. So thank you so much. Sister Yvonne.
Sister Melanie, what do you have to say about harvesting hope? Harvesting and hope. What do you have to say?
She always has very great things to say.
Yeah, today it's a bit little anyhow. With children, it's children we are talking about, and as well we are adults giving the hope and inspiration to them. When children have knowledge, they are the ones will be able to inspire others, children with knowledge, whether it's through book reading or whether it's what was being handed down to them as education. When they have that impacted in them, they'll be able to be inspired. They'll be able to go forward, you know, because sometimes when a child is being ignored, there's nothing, there's little, like they're still looking for hope and they look at you with a blank face, almost like, what are you trying to help me with? Or we talk about that just, I think, Wednesday. What are you trying to tell me? But when we inspire them with what we have, the knowledge that we have, when we pass it down to them, then they have more of a strength. They have more of an inspiration and they feel assured because there's someone who's born before them helping them along the way. And that happened to us too. Somebody helped us even as adults. People are helping us get there, through education, little programs that we learn in between, whether it's at work or going back to school or online. And it's the same as the child. That helps us, like I said, to get inspired. It helps us to reassure that we have learned something good and we're going to put it to use. And it helps us to go forward. I know knowledge is not just about books, but part of knowledge is the books that we
Yes.
learn from or we study from. And, what else is handed down to us? Like I said, maybe I'm repeating myself, but that's what I look at knowledge, and that's how I see it will inspire us, ourselves, and going forward, our children, whether
Yes,
related or non-related.
And just so
absolutely.
you know, Sister Melanie, repetition is very good. That's why
Mhm.
we're here. If you see what we are doing here, they are interwoven. We keep repeating. Repetition is the best thing. So
Yeah,
it's not, yeah, repeat it several times. Otherwise, if you don't repeat, and we keep reminding ourselves and our children. So repetition is very good. Thank you.
You're
exactly.
welcome. Thank
And I absolutely get what you're saying about getting knowledge because, as you say, it's not just book. It's all where we get knowledge for. But what are we going to do with it, right? What we're going to pass it down to our children, and then they're going to pass it down because knowledge is built upon knowledge. Because so many things we've learned since even this last 50 years, knowledge has changed. It's improved. Look where we are. You can go online and get every information that you need that's available right now. Whoever knew that, 100 years ago, the people who lived then didn't know that. They didn't know that knowledge would be so accessible. So we are definitely having to make knowledge a very important part of what we give and how we tell our children how to get knowledge and what to do with it. It's a great metaphor, this phrase that says harvesting knowledge and hope. It's not just a single defined entity, though, but it's a concept, and it's used by various different organizations and initiatives and publications. So all kinds of things have that. Knowledge is a crop, like you started off saying, Sister Mundih. As farmers nurture crops for the future harvest, this phrase suggests that knowledge is something to be actively cultivated and gathered over time, right? And hope is the harvest. It's the process of learning and gaining knowledge which leads to a tangible and positive outcome. That's hope. Because people can't live without hope. There's a statistic that says how long somebody can actually live without hope. If you give up hope, you give up life, right? This hope can be for a better life, it can be for a stronger community or a more resilient future. It has different components. Agricultural and humanitarian aid, climate smart farming, if you want to go with the actual farming. It's an initiative that's actually called that, and it's Harvest Hope. Harvesting Hope empowers farmers, especially in the vulnerable regions like, the global south, as they like to say, where the soil has been so messed with, eroded, for the what is it, deforestation. So the soil there's lots of runoff, or with the knowledge and resources to adopt agricultural practices that will enhance their resilience to climate change. Because the climate is changing, there's no doubt about it. Okay. We can say it's all propaganda or whatever it is, but when we see places that once was fertile and it's now dry and desert. What do you think that is? Something has happened, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this training provides the skills needed for sustainable food production and a hopeful future. Now, you're combining all those three things: preserving the soil, which, as you always talking about, get land, and food production. Without food, we're not going to make it, right?
Mm-mm. You're right.
So food sovereignty is a big issue. And so when we can teach or help with people who are teaching that, and then there's something called refugee skilling. These are organizations like the World Vision. They have used Harvesting Hope to describe programs that provide refugees with skills and financial literacy. These abilities help them to achieve food security and build a more stable life for their families. So this is what harvesting um, knowledge means to me. Ukraine is doing something called EEOS data analytics, starting a harvesting hope. That's also part of harvesting hope, where they're using information and technology to rebuild after all these. How long has this war been going on? And the
Mm-hmm.
soil is being destroyed with chemicals and whatever else they're using to destroy human life, right? So that has to be fixed. And harvesting can even go into civil rights and
Mm-hmm.
community empowerment. There's a gentleman, he's a labor leader, and his name is Cesar Chavez, and he's written this book. It's a children's book. But the title refers to his work organizing farm workers to achieve better pay and working conditions. But he's written it like a children's book, sowing the seeds of change that would improve lives for thousands. People are using that metaphor that you have there to do all kinds of things, sister,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it goes into spirituality as well. So when you combine those two things, it's not just a physical thing, it's spiritual as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you always said, land, they're not making any more land. What we have is what we have to work with. And it's
Right.
the same thing. We as human beings have to give one another hope. And it
Mm-hmm.
starts with our children.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And before I forget, please send me the name of that person because I like to support the.
I
I like to
know, I
buy
know.
the book.
I
Support
will.
the book. Yes, to support the children. So thank you so much, beautiful sisters. And let me just say something here, because when we are talking about these things, we need to come down to the bare minimum, the basics.
Yep.
Because a lot of times people, they doubt themselves. The basics are
Mm-hmm.
there. We have them. You're not going to look for something out there. It has to be within you first.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
living in a home, yes, and some of us, we have land, we have a piece of land, and it starts there. Without, think about it, without that land, you will not have a home, you cannot farm, you can walk. So God created, like you said, we have the land. What is there is already there, and we have it in abundance.
We
But
do.
I know that sometimes, like where I come from, some people forfeit other people's lands and for no reason. They bully people out of their land, or they kill, or they do whatever. And it happens all over the world. But you already have the land. Don't think too much. We have it. We ask ourselves, what do I have right now that I don't need to spend money to go and buy in order to start building on my hopes and dreams? You have
Mm-hmm.
a home, you have a roof over your head, and you have a meal. But then you also have a little piece of land, or you can afford to buy a little piece of land to start gardening. But start. Technology now, everything is advancing.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
Sister Melanie showed the other time, just last week, that beautiful flower
Cool
pot.
days. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
You know, that is beautiful. Anybody will look at that, they will want to plant, they will want to nurture that because it's beautiful.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and you can even turn your garden into a piece of art if you know what.
Yes.
And you can go on the University of YouTube. You can even go to organizations to volunteer. You see what they are doing, because
Correct.
that's what I do. I go, I volunteer, I learn, I see what people are doing, and then I combine
Mm-hmm.
it with my knowledge to see what works. And a lot of the research that you do, Sister Yvonne, and all the knowledge that you guys are bringing, I'm learning a lot. Then I combine it, So don't overthink it. Go. You don't have to go and buy a beautiful vase. Well, or you can go to a garage sale, or you can go to somebody's garbage. I'm telling you, but make sure that you're safe. You will get things in there that you can start using. You can start using. I go to buy things from Home Depot here, and I see these containers that I can use for my garden. I asked them, "Can I please have this?" Oh yeah, sure, have it. You can have all of it. Now they were looking for a place to dump it, but now it's useful for me. I've been using it for years. It's very useful. And so or you can ask when they know, when you start implementing your goals and your dreams, people are listening to you. Don't think that they're not listening. They're listening.
Yeah,
They know what you're doing. Before you know, people that you commune with, you gather with socially or family or church or in school, they're gonna start giving you things. It happened to me. I was chosen to take some courses at the University of St. Thomas, and which I'm still doing right now. It's not ended yet. And they know what I was doing. And because there's no way you can escape from what you're doing, because your life surrounds what you're doing, your language, everything will show. Now, this lady brought good, brand new taps to level my plants. And you can use it for a long, long time, as opposed to the paper ones that I had. So don't overthink about things. I'm learning myself not to overthink. I used to overthink. Why? But why am I not loved? Why am I not loved by my father? So I have realized that those are all expectations of life as I grow older, And so don't overthink it. Grow something in your home. There are plants that will flourish in your home. Plant a flower and smell it instead of going to buy all the time. But if you cannot do it, maybe depending on your schedule, then you can buy. But plant a plant. When you plant, you sow that little seed in your home. What you've done is you have sown life into yourself and your family. And when you sow that life, you've sown light, and that light is going to shine. Somebody visits you. What are they doing? They say, "Oh my God, that plant is so beautiful. It looks
exactly."
You've already brightened somebody's day without even saying a word. So action. So it's very, very important. And so when we harvest knowledge, and we are harvesting knowledge, we are harvesting hope. This is the heartbeat of what we are doing here as one global movement, and as you yourself, and where every seed planted today becomes a testimony of transformation tomorrow. We are planting seeds right here. That's what we are doing with these videos. Tomorrow, when we are not here, these videos will speak for themselves, right?
Absolutely.
We are learning from others.
I want to ask, sorry, go ahead. I want to ask Sister Melanie, is that lovely pot, I'm not going to ask if it's expensive, but I'm going to ask, is it breakable, or is it shatterproof, or how is it?
It's made of kind of tin in between, and outside it's terracotta, so it's coated.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
it's so pretty and so glossy. I was wondering how they got the clay pot to be so shiny. So it's not full clay; it's terracotta.
No. Terracotta inside and on the outside, but then they coated it with tin. So that's a good thing, because sometimes terracotta degrades. Right?
Yes.
And although it's a source of mineral, terracotta itself, it's mineral for the soil, because when you put a plant in a broken terracotta jar, it sticks. It's like it becomes a parasite. The root sticks to the minerals of it. So I guess that was a clever thing that they did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. People throw terracotta pieces all the time, but terracotta pieces is clay. So you take that and you break it up and you put it around your garden. You don't have to put it near the plant, but put it around the garden. I didn't have people to tell me. I just figure it for myself when I see an improvement.
Wow.
So I learned from my mom.
Yeah.
I'm here learning a new word today, terracotta.
Yeah.
Terracotta, yeah.
Yeah.
Terracotta. Yeah.
You spell that word for me later. So I want to. When you're talking about clay. I think about my village. There is a huge stretch of land in my village, clear, really white and very beautiful. And I'm sure I didn't know what to do with it, but I see, not that I didn't know, but sometimes we'll just go there like we are playing, molding things out of it. But that's what it's meant for. But we didn't take it further. And I'm sure maybe people are really there just walking and driving and passing the place without even knowing that that is something, that's a gift right there. So
Yes.
For example, in my village, and when I came here, I learned to cherish the mountain more back home than when I was home.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I lived on the mountain, but there's a way to a rivulet. It's a small river stream
Yeah.
that runs in our village, and it's underground water, so it's pretty good for your health. And it wasn't abandoned, but when hurricane strike, it was left in a way like kind of
Yeah.
desolated. So I
Mm-hmm.
gave my big sister, an idea. I told her, what if you all take your time and put steps from the top to the bottom, and even paint it up in a nice bright color, so everybody who's going on there will see, oh, there's steps, and it will
Mm-hmm.
brighten. And they did that as a national day of service, and it made me proud.
Of
Maybe I
course.
am not the only one who contributed, but by telling, and my sister said, look what you've done. So they
Yeah.
planted flowers along all the way up from the base, because I've always have some intuition, even if I didn't go to university for it, but I watch my mom. And I always had some creative way in me of doing things differently than the normal of what I see everybody has.
Yeah.
Always had something different.
But your mom is your university. Our
Yeah.
parents, like the mom, our first university. What do I say here all the time? My grandma, my mom, my grandma, my mom. Because some of the
Yes.
things that they taught me, they teach them today, but in a different way, but not in that deep sense and sacred way that they taught me. And so I think we all went to university. If you ask me, we all did,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
our
Exactly.
first universities are our parents. They did the best. They buried themselves. They did whatever they could do to make sure that they trained their children well, unless in situations where they could not, you know
Mm-hmm.
illness.
Yes.
So I am really grateful, because some of the things that they teach me in school, I say, I already know that. My grandmother said this. And I always say my grandmother be like, so it's a very beautiful thing. So keep on, you have great eyes. Keep on setting your eyes on those things,
Thank you.
and
Exactly.
collect
It's,
them, because when you
that
collect them,
is
it will help some families with all those things too.
that is your gift. You
Yes,
share it.
yes,
Exactly.
yes. So
Greetings.
thank you guys so much. And
You're
if you
welcome.
have anything, keep on contributing. Otherwise, let us appreciate our audience here.
Yes, because you haven't done that in a while, so please.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now you hold me accountable.
Yes. No,
All right.
we
We
don't
have
want to
our
less our
beautiful,
audience.
beautiful sister, Samitra. How are you, sister? And how is the family doing? Thank you so much for being here today and for supporting and loving our children. We appreciate you. And then we have Sir Sunil. How are you, brother? Thank you so much. We appreciate your support and your love. And we, of course, you beautiful sister, and saying hello always to everyone, and welcome to the live Friday session of One Global Movement, where we speak with heart for the voiceless and marginalized in the world, or marginalized of the world. So thank you. And we have Sir Abdul Sattar. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for always being there for our children and us. We appreciate you. And so this, of course, is a topic. And if you did not have anything to write today, just hashtag something. Hashtag speak with heart. Hashtag One Global Movement. Hashtag planting seeds of prosperity. Hashtag harvesting knowledge, harvesting hope. You can do that.
Yeah.
So do something, hashtag something. Don't just leave without hashtag, because that will help us a lot here. AI is going to know what we are doing, and you can select your own hashtag that you can keep doing all the time that pertains to one global movement. So you can keep
Mhm.
doing it all the time. So we hit all those algorithms so that we can be sent some resources so that we can continue to help our children. And here is our Facebook page. If you have not, every day you can go there to like and follow. Every day you can do that. And then also comment. Say something about one global movement. Say something that you love, why you are attending this one global movement, why you're listening, why you're sharing it in the world, and why you love it, for the way they are supporting our children. Say something about it, even in your dialect. Somebody will read it and they will know
Mhm.
what you're talking about. But if you can write in English, it's preferable. So thank you guys so much. We have Queen Nancy is here. Thank you so much, beautiful sister. And thank you for always contacting me. And thank you for working behind the scene. And thanks for nurturing those ambassadors as well. We appreciate you. And we have StreamYard. StreamYard is what we are using here. And if you want to, it's very beautiful. It's good. This is what we use here. We connect it to every other platform. And if you like it, please subscribe and give One Global Movement as a reference so that we can have $10. $10 is more than enough for a child in some areas of the world to begin a little business. I
Mhm.
started a little business with, I wasn't even doing as a business. You remember that story of bananas. I was just
Mhm.
buying bananas for 150 francs. It wasn't up to a dollar to go to the city and give it to my brother and the family. But when I got to this place where it's a marketplace and these people were on me, two vangsa is in French. Are you selling it? I said, no, no, they kept chasing me. I thought about it. Something just came to my mind, said, just say yes.
Mm.
And I said, I doubled the price. It was 150 francs. I said 300. Oh, they snatched it. I'm like, oh, I should have said maybe 1,000 or something. Well, they gave me that idea. When I graduated from school, I didn't have a job. I applied, I didn't have. And so what
Yes.
did I do? I started selling bananas and other fruits. And that's how I made money. And so it was good money, even more than those that were working in an office, you know?
Of course, you're an entrepreneur from the beginning.
You create jobs for yourself from a situation. You see that? And it's in me today. I'm selling one thing or the other, like you see me here. That's what I do.
Yes, you know what the Bible says. Whatever you find to your hands to do, do it. Put your
Yes.
hands to it and do it. Right?
Yes.
Don't be too proud because I mean, from small beginnings, you know what great things can happen. So it's true.
Yep.
Selling
Yep.
bananas, selling watermelon or
Yes.
okra, whatever you have there now, go for
Yes.
it.
Yes. I am in for it. And people love it. Food they want to eat. That's why when you post those okra or watermelon, if you see the number of likes and comments and everything,
Yes,
people
yes,
love nature and authenticity and food. Food for the
yes,
soul.
yes.
It's such a
Good
beautiful
food.
thing.
Yes, natural food. Yes, they
Natural
do.
food. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And we have our beautiful sister here. We miss you, Diane. How are you? You are here today. We are so grateful you are here. Thank you so much for always supporting our children, and we love you. And we have Sir Roazehab. How are you, sir? I'm glad to be calling you guys his names today because in the past we've been rushing, rushing, rushing. Not today. So thank you so much for supporting us here, sir. We appreciate you. And harvesting knowledge and hope is not a single defined entity, but a concept used by various organizations, initiatives, and publications to describe their mission. This powerful metaphor combines
It continues,
it
combines
continues. Yes, it combines the hard work of gaining knowledge with the act of cultivating optimism for the future. Thank you so much. That is so true. Because, like we say here, sowing a seed doesn't mean you have to go get land and plant. No, that might not be your gift. That might just planting a pot of flower and putting it in the door or making it in a heart form so that when people come, they see you, they, oh my God, this is a hat. I thought about mowing our lawn. If my son was still here, to mow it and make craft a hat there, so that when people are passing on the road,
They see that, yes. Yeah.
my son is not here now, so I can do that. So yes, we can do that. Or you can
Yes.
you're writing a book, you're registering a business, or you are you're going into your school or your community, find out about those homes that don't have certain things, or just offer, just give water to somebody. If you're like Nancy, you move into a new community, you buy a dozen of water, you just place it at each person's door. You have saved that person something.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have money for water, or
You
maybe they
don't
had money for water, but now they can divert that money to offset another
something
bill
else.
instead of
Something
buying
else.
water. So every act of kindness counts. Don't underestimate it. Don't. Maybe you are now thinking about forming a reading, a very nice educational spot in your living room for children. That living room, you don't have to just decorate it for nothing. Bring some kids there in your community and just start a reading program or
Mm-hmm.
something. So that is very, very important. Like, or if you're like Sister Melanie who said, boots, seeds, what did you call that? Those seed boots, or a boot close to supermarkets. She talked
Oh,
about,
the
Oh,
pantry,
yes.
the
yeah.
pantry, the
The
Uh-huh.
pantry.
pantry.
Yeah, so a lot of things we can do. You can just you bought a bag of potatoes. Why don't you take it to the food shelf? Some of it.
Shelter, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can do that. Or you visit a refugee camp. You have refugees in your country. We all
Yes,
do.
we do. Yes,
Visit
we
it.
do.
Or maybe the prison, be safe. But you can't even go to the prison without that yourself. I've been to the prison to talk there, and they'll protect you. When you go there, you see these young people that are there, they are very happy that you came just by
Yeah.
even shaking hands, but they will make sure that you're safe. The
Yeah.
thing that drove me is that I was traumatized by the noise of the gates. Four gates. Wang. It is traumatizing. I'm like, no, I will come
Yeah.
again in the future, but not right now. So we can do something. We always have something to do. Or you can offer your voice. Offer your
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
We have everything. So thank you so
Some
much.
churches, sorry, some churches have food distribution centers, so you can do it that way as well. If because I feel safer doing that. The,
Mhm,
f- the when you go to church, they have a place for you to
mhm.
place whatever you're bringing, and then the community comes in and gets what they need. So anywhere you feel safe doing it. I'm not saying people should put themselves in danger, go walk the streets or whatever
Yes.
it is,
No.
because some people are not in their right mind and they are pretty dangerous, right?
Yes. Yes. You
So,
gotta be
but
careful.
that doesn't excuse you not doing your part. Find a
No.
safe way to do it, right?
There you go. Safety is number one. You got
Yeah,
to be
we,
safe,
Yeah.
yeah, we,
especially children. Don't just go out. Discuss with your parents.
we
You
had
know.
a group where we had missions, different complexes, and even in Toronto, we went from the states to Canada to different areas of Canada. We met,
Right.
Mhm.
and we were going to the doors, two, sometimes three. So one will be the looker, meaning the observer
Yes.
actually,
Yeah. The observer.
while
Yeah.
you're the one. But before we do it, we stand together and we offer a prayer for
Ab-
safety,
yep.
Mhm.
making
Yep.
sure we reach, because lo and behold, there's people who would blast their doors in your faces and put their big dogs
Mhm.
in the screen door before you even
Come
bust
near the door.
the door.
Yes.
Yeah. So you expect this type of thing. So you have to go, you have to be wise.
Mhm.
And we
Must.
used to, travel with little bags, Tim Hortons coupon in a cup,
Mhm.
or sometimes if we had the food court, but the food court run us out. um, we'd invite them to sit with us, and then young people too. But then you can see sometimes they have a mental problem. One of
They
the
do.
guys
Yes.
studied nicely, and he was listening. All of a sudden, his eyeball protruded, and he started yelling and swearing. And he
Yes.
Mhm.
said to us, if we were somewhere seclusive, he would have done whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we stayed quiet, and then he kind of he was up. So we know he wasn't well, but he
Yes.
started off nicely. So we really have to
Yeah.
be on guard when we are doing things for the community or in the community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And another thing that I want to add is that it's always a good thing to contact the police station if you want to do something like that. Because in a lot of areas, especially when it concerns children, the police will escort. They
True.
will escort. I've seen that little it's a 5-year-old that was doing good with the Spider-Man, Superman, sharing sandwiches because that's what he has always wanted to do, And
Mm-hmm.
the police were there, you know. They were going with him. He was like a president sitting at the back of the car, and
Oh, yes, it can be done, right? It takes effort, but
yeah,
you guard yourself and then you still do it because you don't want anyone falling through the cracks. And there's no reason if you have that mind to do that. Why you, as Sister Melanie said, don't go alone. Go in a
yeah,
small group and let everybody be involved and alert. And then, you feel good about doing that and it helps the person because the food banks in Canada, they're not getting less, they're getting more. And they're always saying that they're running low. So
Yeah.
you would think that it's getting better, but it's not.
hmm hmm
And now with the winter coming, I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
the food banks are empty, Sister Yvonne. I seen it. I,
Yeah,
I didn't go I didn't go in myself because even if I needed at certain time I needed something, I
hmm
didn't go in, but I went there with someone and
it's empty.
yeah, it is drying out because there's way more families and people
mm
depending on the food banks. So
Wow.
it is really what they are showing.
I
It is.
went yesterday, to pick up the mail, and there are 5 pieces of mail in there. And I was having to say to one of my neighbors, I said, each one is asking for a donation, and that's a low number for me. Most
Mhm.
times I'm going upstairs, and it's because you know that they share your information, right? So as soon as you give, then somebody else gets your information, and then 5 pieces, and everyone is asking for a donation.
Oh,
Where will I get that?
I know. I know. We just do what we can do for
That's
now,
all I can do.
with the
Yeah,
hope that it will get better in the future. So,
yeah.
our managing director is here. How are you, John? And I'm really glad to hear that you're settled in your new place. Make sure you
Yes,
invite
he
me and
is. He
cook some
is.
nice food so I can come. We eat together.
Thank you. I don't think John cooks. I think he's a New Yorker.
I'm
He
not
goes
eating no
out.
pizza, John. No, I want that good taste. Okay. Okay, we have Sir Ojala. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being that support that our children need in the world. We highly appreciate you. We have Peruri. How are you? If you're new here, even if you're not new, make sure you punch that like button. Okay. Whenever you get here, first thing is to punch that like button. But if you're new, please do subscribe. If you like what we are doing here, subscribe and turn on the notification bell and share, share, share. Don't keep this good news only to yourself. Let us all be involved in sharing. And let's go down here. Of course, our beautiful sister Melanie is on vacation. Let us get the most out.
Yes, I know.
When combined, knowledge provides the map and hope provides the fuel for both adults and children. That's how growth becomes
Generational.
generational. Thank you
It
so much.
continues. It continues down, sister.
It's a continuation. What are you sowing today?
No, I mean her quote. Her it's
Yeah.
a very impactful
Oh,
statement.
you continue. Okay, let me
Yeah.
continue. It's
Yes.
generational. When you nurture yourself, you model the same harvest for them.
Forest for
So
them.
one
Amen.
combined knowledge provides the map, and hope provides the fuel for both adults and children.
And children.
That's
How
how
growth
growth becomes generational.
generates.
When you nurture yourself, your
You
model
model the same harvest for them too. That's so nice.
so beautiful. I need to put
Yeah.
that there so that people
Yeah.
will know.
That really says something. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So let's go down here. I appreciated our brother Abdul Sattar, right? And we have Sir Piari Topo. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being a part of us as always. We appreciate you and our love to all your family, okay? Thank you. And we have a Goldie Kerr. How are you, sir? Thank you for your support and your love for children. And we have our beautiful sister Ginger. How are you? Namaste, sister. Thank you so much for joining us here today from India. I know that you guys really sacrifice your sleep a lot of times. We appreciate that because what we're doing here takes a lot of sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice your talent, your gift, yourself in the right way, we cannot get it. And you guys are doing just the best. So thank you so much.
Sorry, I must correct. Ginger is from Australia.
Oh, okay. Because she said namaste.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're all very
Now
multi here.
we are now speaking Hindi, all of us. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Extend our love and in regards to all the Australians and your family. Be sure to spread it in Australia so that someday we can visit Australia, right? So thank you
Yes.
so much, Ginger. Thank you, Melanie, for letting me
You're
know.
welcome.
She says that's very interesting on his to rebuild with war. The soil is poisoned and war is never good
Oh,
for
she's talking about the Ukraine that I mentioned, how the
yes,
soil
yes.
is so
And
so
everywhere, it's
poisoned.
not just Ukraine. They are now reporting everywhere in the world. There's war going up out in the world in so many places, but it's not being reported. Some is being minimized. So we have to just continue to do good, and with the hope that our our goodness will reach every child and every young person.
But can you imagine food planted in that kind of soil, sister? What good is it going to do to anybody's body? Really,
Yes,
it's
it's
it's chemically trashed, if you want to call
oh
it that.
no,
It's
yes. And when you eat the food planted in that soil, you get sick.
of
I'm
course you.
taking the example of in Cameroon while I was in secondary school, the poison our Lake Nyos, not in our area, but in another village far away from us. They came to test their bomb or whatever they were testing.
Oh,
The government did not take care of the people. So what happened? They came, they tested in that Lake Nyos. Guess what? Everybody in the village was wiped out. The
of course,
flies, the cattle,
of
the
course.
every life,
Oh,
even the grass changed color.
change color.
And the people that were out of the village, maybe for work, they're working in the city, were those that were safe. But here's what happened that when I think about it, I cry all the time. My grandmother had a farm close to where one of the ladies from that area was living. She came to our village to work, and all her children, the husband, were killed.
Oh,
And this lady said, there is even all the mothers, the parents, there was no one person in the family, only her. She said, what is the essence of living? I will not live. I want to die and go.
Mm.
She refused to eat. That was
yeah,
trauma.
yeah.
Everything, she cried to death. She died.
Hmm. Hmm.
I saw that firsthand as a child. So that thing, it traumatized me too. When I think about it, it's not a very good
You
experience. So
know,
we're asking for peace,
yes,
love.
yes. Ruining the soil, where do you go from that? I mean, the soil is foundation, it's basic.
Mhm.
That
It
and
is.
water, right? It's
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's why we need to protect our lakes, our rivers. Don't just throw things in there. We need to, if you
exactly,
see somebody doing that, please say, let us clean it up. Just clean it up.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
even when like in the with the rivers, when you are contaminating it at the top, somebody's drinking at the bottom.
At the bottom where it runs down to.
Yes,
Yes.
we need to be conscious of that. So Nancy says, wait a minute, family. I gave my children a big thumbs up. Go on. left
The left
left
corner of the
left
screen and
corner of the
subscribe,
left
share.
corner of the screen with families and friends with love. You are a
Ah,
great arts person, Nancy. Yes,
yeah, thank you, Queen Nancy.
thank you so much. We have our beautiful sister, Hash Later. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for your love and your support for our children. We highly appreciate you. And here again goes our Facebook link. Please go there. That is how you can contribute. We're not just attending this thing, sitting here and listening. We have to take action. Go there and like and follow and comment something. You must have heard good things about what we are doing here. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe you didn't even hear a good one. You heard something that you want to make a correction there. Go there and write something about One Global Movement and put those hashtags and give the stars, like Sister Melanie said, stars, 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 so that we can hit all corners of the algorithm. They know that we are here to stay and we mean business here. So thank you so much. And Sister Ginger said, there are many of us excited to sow the seeds of hope now and towards harvesting one global movement, building hopes and dreams. Thank you so much. Hi, Hash later to board. Thank you so much. And it's coming. There, we are building the website now. It's going well. And that person building is going to work on all the social media handles so that any contribution will be there officially, because we must do things officially and according to the law, so that we don't become one global movement. Should never have to become those that take things and don't channel it to where it has to go. That's we are doing that. I'm happy that I have my sisters here. We put our heads together to make sure that things are going well. So thank you. And harvest hashtag harvesting knowledge, hashtag harvesting hope, hashtag harvesting season. Please, if you can, follow those hashtags and write them. Let us see them popping up now at the bottom. Now that we go towards the closing, hashtag those things. Harvesting, hashtag harvesting knowledge, hashtag harvesting hope, hashtag harvesting season. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're
And
welcome.
we have our beautiful sister, Clover Kelly. How are you, Kelly? Thank you so much for being here with us. We highly appreciate you. And our love goes to your family. Thank you. And we have our brother, Sir Gutam. How are you? Thank you so much, as always, for being determined to support children and young people here. We highly appreciate you. So we have come to the end of the show. We did well this week. Clap for yourself. We did
Yes, we did
well.
well.
Well, and we are going to continue to do better and better until we reach every child in the world. No child gets left behind. Sister Melanie, we always want to bother you when you are here so that when you are not able to be here, we know that you already sowed that seed for it to blossom the day that you will not.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
Like,
yeah, so when you all were talking about the seeds um, and cleaning up the ocean, it's rather sad to see how people just throw away bottles and everything. We are doing it for our job too. But that's part of our skills that they just implemented for us lately. So
Right.
we have to have our social responsibilities. That's why I did the plant, and every time we have a meeting, I show them the progress of the little plant. So
wow.
Yeah.
they love the pot as well.
Yes.
Anyhow, part of what I was thinking of, I shouldn't be going back in there, but part of what I was thinking of is smiles in a bag.
Mm,
Since I am near a supermarket, I know even if we don't want to say we don't have what I don't have. The little that I have, I will work with it. I will try my best to do whatever I can in that supermarket because they're already giving people bags of, like, putting aside bags of groceries. So I'm gonna do my due diligence and mark it with the smiles in a bags
mm,
and put in whatever I can, throw it in there with the other packages and then distribute it. Whichever
Yeah.
way, we don't know who it's going to, but whichever way, it will be marked child, right? Children. And I
mhm,
Yeah.
can even put an age on it, or you don't have to put an age on it. But that's part
Mm-hmm.
of what I was thinking. It's in my mind to do, you
mhm.
know. Whenever I see the packages laid down on the sides that they're going to distribute, I think that would be something where I can start as well,
Absolutely. Yeah.
apart from the other things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I wanted to tell you and Sister Yvonne,
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne, um, you know what Spanish time is, right? Spanish time. It's like the big time. It's like a large leaf time.
The
Uh-huh.
seasoning. Yes,
Fine.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. You can have just that little stick. If you all want me, I would give you that stick. I gave it to a couple of people who came here. They like it. It's by the window.
Mm,
Yeah.
I think I've shown it to you all, but it's just roping. It's just like going like a vine, in the by
Oh,
the window still.
yeah.
And it is good seasoning. So you can cut that in little knots. and once you dip it in the soil, it grows, it multiplies. That can be
Oh,
spread
okay.
because Spanish thyme is not. It's there's a scarcity. You can only get it sometimes on Amazon. I don't know if they have the good one. I'm pretty sure they would, but somebody gave it to me, and then from there, I'm multiplying it. So things like that, to be, socially responsible and sharing our knowledge and what we
Thank
have.
you.
All
Thank
these
you.
things we can think of.
Okay, I'm gonna be
Mm.
looking out for that too to see.
Spanish time,
I can,
right? So,
Yes,
okay.
Spanish
and
time.
can I plant it in? I can plant it indoors, right?
Yeah,
Because
Of
mine is
course
in.
you can. Yeah.
It's indoor. It's right by my window
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
terracotta pot, actually.
okay, I'm going to look for it,
Mm.
and if I can find one, now you just put yourself in trouble. I will ask you to mail me.
I was about to say maybe I mail it to you, and
Mail you
no,
the
I will do that. I will do that. Send you a little stick of it, and you'll see how much it's gonna multiply. I will definitely do it.
Please do, please do.
Yeah.
Then I can also share it with other families too.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for that brilliant conclusion. That is a call to action.
Yeah.
Sharing
Yes.
conclusion is a call to action and sharing and caring. Thank you
Yeah.
guys so much. We love you and we'll see you again next week. Make sure you stay safe, you stay
Yep.
focused, and always believe in endless possibilities.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
And bye
Thank
bye.
Enjoy.
you, sister.
Thank you. Thank you, sister.
Have a good weekend.
You
You
too. Bye
too.
bye.
Have a
Bye.
great weekend. A great
Thanks.
weekend.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.